So, let's see. Hi. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time joining, thank you for coming back. So I'm live both on YouTube and Facebook. If you're joining me via Facebook, please know that I cannot see your comment. So if you'd like for me to see what you're saying while I'm live, okay, I can't even comment. There you go. I just commented the link, which apparently I'm not allowed to see. All right, Facebook, whatever. Okay, let me just, hold on. Let me shut off all my notifications. The day is already going crazy. Just got home from the gym, and actually while I was at the gym, I was told about some energy updates for the twin flame. If you don't subscribe to the whole ideology of twin flames, good for you, dude. Good for you. But if you do, this update might be something that is really, really important for you. Okay. So first off, I ask the twin flame energies, what is this reading going to be about? You need to give me at least something so people will have a heads up what this reading is about. Well, man, this is some intense ass information. It's already got me scratching my head. It says, the twin flame energy says to me, they broke you open and let you burn. Well, shit, if we starting the day with some higher level honesty right now. Like, hot diggity damn, if we gonna be honest, that's some honest ass truth for most twin flame pairs. Whether you're in union or not, whether you're in separation, in union, it don't really matter. They done broke your ass open and let you burn. What? Okay, thank you for the honesty. At least we're starting to get honest here about what the fuck happened. Let me go ahead and start pulling some cards. Because I mean, you can have honesty all you want, but if you don't understand, if you're not given clarity on that honesty, then that honesty is as good as the bullshit, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right, let's start pulling cards. Let me calm myself down because I'm still hyped up from my workout. I'm being told all this shit while I'm working out. I'm like, yeah. Shit. Oh, you got me all riled up. Okay, let me calm myself down. So here goes. Okay, a lot of shit's going down for a lot of people, regardless of the twin shit, the twin connections, whatever it is. Everyone that I know basically is experiencing some intense cycling of ascension, trauma-induced ascension. Okay, TIA. I came up with that term years ago when I recognized the most potent forms of ascension often occurred during or not long after we experienced some type of trauma. All forms of trauma. It doesn't matter what kind of trauma it is. It could be an illness. It could be a falling out. It could be loss of a job, loss of a home, just all forms of trauma. If it's traumatizing you in some shape, way, or form, there's a very good possibility you're being primed for an ascension cycle. So getting back to the cracking you open, what I recognized over the past few days, I personally have been experiencing some odd symptoms. Let me just get the other cards. I personally have been experiencing some odd symptoms, sacral, root chakra related stuff. I recognize this morning having conversation with that twin flame collective energy. One or both of you I think it began with one, okay? One of you experienced a really intense trauma-induced accretion to prime you in order to prepare the pathway that leads to the reconnection. I'm talking about first wave, the first wavers, okay? The ones that are gonna reconnect first in order to create that energetic foundation for the other waves of twin flames to reconnect as well. So a lot of trauma stored or affecting the sacral and the root chakras, a lot of shifting, major life changes occurring. And what ended up happening, because the other one that's not experiencing this, the other twin, you guys are still connected no matter what. Okay, the whole separation thing is an illusion. Energetically, you've always remained connected, but you needed to experience things separately for a period of time to grow both of you. Okay, so it affected the other twin. It finally has filtered through and is now affecting both twins. And this is really because the first twin who experienced the trauma, they're now calling out for help. They're like, okay, I recognize I need the actual, pair to rise up. There's this ceiling that, for whatever reason, I've allowed myself to believe in the limitation of that ceiling, and I can't punch through it. So now the two are experiencing things together in order to punch through. Okay, so these are some fucking cards. It's making me all squeaky voice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Making me all squeaky voice. Did I pull from this deck? I did not. Let's go ahead and pull from this deck as well. So yeah, that's what's happening. Now the title is kind of like, whoa, yeah, they hurt me. No. We have to clarify that, because remember, the truth can be delivered, but the truth is just as useless as the lie if we have no clarity on exactly what that truth means, right? So here's the clarity. You were broken open in the areas where you tried your best to remain shut. Okay, so that break was allowed to open. It was allowed to happen to open you. And when they allowed you to burn, did they burn you? No, that's not what it says. They didn't set you on fire. They let you burn, because sometimes one of the most loving things you can do is allow that burn to occur to reignite the fire of that internal phoenix. This is the moment where you're both going to rise from that ash. Okay, the burning of that bridge that once connected the two of you consciously, that was needed in order to prime this space, this sacred space that's occupied by a true twin pair. Okay, I'm not talking about that bullshit of like, I like that boy, he's hot, he's my twin. No, that's you're no. just no. Okay, but the burning had to occur in order for the stage to be set. And you can't just start lighting some twigs. If you've never started a campfire from scratch, from just raw material, then you probably have no idea of how this relates to a prolonged separation. First, you need to start with tinder, like some dry fluff. And you have to be very careful with that tinder as you allow that to begin burning. It's a very delicate fire, easily put out. So as that tinder's burning, you then need to add shavings, smaller pieces of flammable material. And as the shavings catch fire and the fire gets larger, then you need to add, small twigs, and then larger twigs, and then larger and larger and larger, until the fire is established and you can begin setting the stage for the logs. And the logs can't just be dumped on it, because you'll extinguish that fire. The logs have to be structured in such a way where you can allow still that flame to be fed with air. Because really, fire needs several components: a flammable material as well as an air supply. Okay, this is a chemical process. It's a chemical combustion. So that's what's going on right now. A lot of things had to be burned. The smaller issues that began, the distortions, those first were burned away. And then the larger issues and the larger issues. And now we're at the point where logs are being added. And this is a big ass bonfire. Okay. This is a big ass bonfire. That separation that occurred, whether it was an actual physical separation or just a distancing, it doesn't really matter. That needed to occur to set the stage for that phoenix fire to go just like that, okay? When I move, you move, just like that. Just saying. I'm just tickled pink. I don't know. I'm still feeling good from my workout. So let's go ahead and start with the cards, okay? Card number 19, dream a beautiful dream. Notice here, two primary circles conjoined. They're beginning the process of joining back together, okay? They've reconnected, but superficially. Now, as they merge back together, then comes a structure that's very reminiscent of a Pisces vesica, the sacred yoni, okay? And if that upsets you, too bad. I'm talking about sacred vaginas. I'm just saying. The sacred vagina is about to birth an actual reconnection. And this is what's necessary for the two of you to join together the components that you've learned separately and now are needing to know consciously. Okay. So card number 24, Pisces, I believe. Pisces is a very transmutable sign. We're very, very able to flow and just kind of go with it. So, wow. Okay. I guess we're talking shit about Pisces today. So, my fellow Pisces, I'm not talking shit. This is Michael. But I'm going to have to agree. Michael is like, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment that you're sharing and reminding about the flowing. But you also need to share the other side of that message where Pisces, once pissed off, will absolutely dam up and stop the flow of that energy. That when we get pissed off, you cease to exist. And I think that's kind of what happened. For many of the twin pairs, y'all got pissed off at the other one for whatever reason. Not saying you're wrong, but you got pissed off. And so you definitely created a wall and stopped the flow of energy between the two of you. And, you know, for a time, maybe that was appropriate. Maybe that's what you needed. Maybe that's what they needed. And it was appropriate for your growth because you needed to experience an individuated experience for a period so you can really learn and understand and come back to the table once you have your basket full of goodies so that both of you can be nourished. Okay. So, ooh, mother of life, nourishment of the golden grain mother. I didn't even read this. Mother of life, nourishment of the golden grain mother. Oh, and there goes the sacred yoni again. There you go. There you go. Y'all need to recognize that twins are nothing but wings, opposing wings of the same being. What? Yeah. Y'all are wings attached to the same being. You can say one is more powerful than the other, but let's face it. Whether one wing is more powerful than the other, creating an imbalance, without that other wing, your ass ain't flying. Okay? Your ass is not flying no matter how much you shake that tail feather. The ass ain't flying. It's just going to be right there on the ground, flopping one way. Go, go, go. It's just not going to work. Not going to work. Is not going to work. Card number 10, assurance. You're being assured that this is a period of growth, okay? Everything that you've suffered through, and the suffering really is in your perception of the process. 68% at 918, 6899. You know what I'm saying? When you allow yourself to receive the number 6, you then open the potentiality to reconnect the number 8, that reunification. 99 leads to a very elevated divinity, understanding. This is a rising up of your consciousness. your dimensional level of consciousness. And that's what you're being assured of. Okay. So people often are like, why do you call out these numbers while you're reading? Because as the numbers occur while I'm reading, I'm not always looking at the clock. Okay. I'm not. Sometimes I'm saying a message that is being delivered to my consciousness by the cards. And as I'm reading that message, as I'm sharing it, I get a little blip of this is truth. Look for confirmation. And I look at the time and it gives me the confirmation that I need. So you're being assured on so many different levels. This is about your growth. This is about your growth. If you feel like that separation buried you, they buried you and they left you, and you were just sitting there and crying and crying and crying, and now you're like, F you, I'm gonna stand in the light of my own truth. Well, those are all the components for a seedling to grow. You were not buried, you were planted. You were planted in the soil full of bullshit. Because what's the caca? It's fertilizer. It's what gets the seed to grow to its greatest potentiality. And as you cried, you watered your own seed. And as you began to reclaim your energy and empower yourself again and recognize, I don't need you to exist. I exist in my own right, which you should have always known, okay? And that's why you had to go through this, because you forgot that shit. You thought you bought into a lie that they're your other half. Bullshit. Twin is not the other half. You have no other half. You are whole. You are whole. You've always been whole. At your birth, you were whole. And you believed you bought into that lie, and that's fine because many of us do. So that feeling of being buried and left by yourself, and now you're like defiant, like, fuck you. I'm my own person. I'm whole. I don't need you. Well, you needed that. That was a gift. And you wouldn't have realized that without that twin's behavior. So are they evil? Are they mean? No. That was the greatest gift they could have ever given you. Recognize that shit, okay? That's a reminder that you are whole. So as you cried and then you're like, fuck you, I'm going to stand in the light of my own truth. Emmy said, stand in the light of my truth. And then, regardless of who you got the message from, the fact is you're now standing in the light of your truth. And those are all the components that cause the growth. You are a seedling and you're growing. Being held in the very nurturing, loving hands of a goddess. Ooh-wee. And as you grow, as you begin to release the shame and the fear and the self-loathing, my twin hates me, I gotta hate myself. No. You then become a luminous warrior. Ooh, look at that. Card number 32. Look at that solar plexus glowing with Christ energy, mirrored by the third eye crown space. What? Look at those two dark moons. Ooh, the goddess within them and the goddess within you, because you contain both. This is why I say you were never fractionated. You were never halved. You contain both. Both. You contain both. One has more goddess energy, the other one has less. But guess what? You both have goddess energy, and that's represented in this card. Draped upon your shoulders is a cloak of protection. Look at that Michael energy. Thank you, Mikey. See? So now, was it like such a curse for them to disappear? Well, I won't say so. I wouldn't say so. I'm just saying. I wouldn't say so. 8 of Wisdom. Let's see. Okay. Excuse me. 8 of Wisdom in reverse. Okay. So you had the mother, the goddess energy nurturing you, holding you, and then steps in the father energy. What? Like the both of you better fucking get along or we gonna get some spanking. I'm just saying. Oh, that father energy. Look at that. That masculine energy is like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. The two of you better get along. The two of you better stop that bullshit. I don't care what your mama said. I will spank the shit out of both of you. Okay. emptiness, conceit, insincerity, intrigue, dishonesty. So these are some stuff that has happened between the two of you. These are things that even if nothing shady was done to you, you definitely took that absence as confirmation of shadiness. Well, shit. You can't really be blamed for that. That's how you took it. Well, shift your perception. You're not being told that your perception was wrong and some sort of failure. You're being told it's time to get out of here with that bullshit. See, notice how he's pointing? Notice how he's pointing? He's like, over there is where you got that shit twisted. Go back over there, untwist that shit, and come back when you get it right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the masculine in me is just like, go over there, get that shit untwisted, and come back when it's unknotted. Look at their faces. Oh my God. Look at their faces. Like, oh, fuck, we both in trouble. It's your fucking fault. We're both in trouble now because you stupid ass. Now, you participated in that shit. You're both in trouble for a reason. You let that shit happen. Now you're both in trouble. Y'all gotta see their faces one more time. Look at that masculine energy. And look at I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Your arms are tired because you're trying to carry shit that's not yours, boo. You're not helping the twin grow if you carrying his shit. Let him carry his own shit. That's why there's an imbalance. You don't got to carry anyone else's shit but your own. That's why. That's that. See, the masculine is pointing at you now. Put that shit back. Let him carry it his damn self. All right. Card number 26. Card number 26. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So this is really a call for you to bring your energies back to yourself. You are not helping that divine complement. If you trying to take care of all their shit, you trying to work on their shit, you trying to do all that learning for them and trying to tell them, well, this is what you were supposed to learn. No, people don't learn until they experience it them damn selves. That's deep. That's deep. Because that's kind of what's going on. You know, if you too stubborn, okay, let me just get my grammar back. If you are too stubborn to recognize you have been doing this and they're your compliment reflecting all of this back to you, why are you mad that they're too stubborn to admit they haven't been actively allowing themselves to learn their lesson? Boom. There you go. Truth bomb. Dropped. Okay? Let them carry their own stuff. Call all your power back to yourself. And maybe if you do that and focus on your own path, they'll reflect that too. They'll call all their power back to themselves. They'll stop allowing bichachos to, you know, derail them from their path. And I think that's kind of what happened to quite a few of the pairs. They allowed some distraction from a bichacho to keep them from focusing on their nacho. And that's nacho cheese. I'm just saying. It's not your cheese. It's not your cheddar. Let that sharpen on its own. You know, you don't sharpen cheese. You don't get that sharp cheddar by messing with it. You let it just sit. You let it age. You let it kind of ferment on its own, right? Yeah, that's a good line. That's definitely a good line. Work on your cheese. And they come back. Work on your cheese. Have you worked on your cheese? Is your cheese sharp yet? I need that sharp aged cheddar. I'm actually lactose intolerant. I don't need your cheddar at all. I'm not eating none of your cheese, buddy. I'm just saying. I'm dairy free. Yeah. I don't know how that fits in, but I thought I'd just add that. Card number 4. I don't know how my husband deals with me because it's like this all day. All day. It is. Oh, What a blessed man he is. Card number 49, Jupiter returns. Benefits. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. What are you trying to say? I just need to make sure shit ain't being plotted, okay? I'm looking out for you guys. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. I'll go ahead and just read from the book because I'm struggling to not take this personally. You should have put a different quote because now I'm like, are you plotting? Someone plotting? I don't take good to plotting. So let's just read. You are given the freedom to advance your goals with absolute abandon. It suggests you will soon be entering a time where you encounter less resistance and life should flow much easier. The Jupiter return card is the green light that gives the go-ahead. All paths are now clearing and you're to take the utmost advantage of this. Goals or plans you started more than a decade ago will begin to bear fruit either right now or at least very soon. Something very good is about to emerge from the debris of the past. It could be a thing you felt you lost or something that did not work out exactly as you hoped. It may even be a plan you've forgotten about that once again comes into your life to make some remarkable changes and advances. We're just going to leave it at that. That's a very diplomatic card. Okay. Ooh, Chariot of Ascension. Here we go. Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. So there are levels of initiation. Okay. There are levels of initiation. And at this point, you're being asked to allow yourself to ascend. This goes beyond simply receiving messages into your third eye. This goes into the crown. Oh! Did you see that? I can't do it again. There. This goes into the crown space. I love it. I love it. Y'all get me all squeaky voice. I love this shit. It goes into the crown space and above it. You have more than 7 chakras. Don't believe the hype of only 7, okay? It's good to get the 7 situated, but you have 15. There are 15 levels to this time-space matrix. Don't cut yourself off before you get to the Christ consciousness because you're needing to reach higher levels of being in order to exist in a way where you two can align, and fulfill that soul purpose. In order for the higher chakras to get to it, though, Kali, liberation. Kali about to fuck shit up. She's not fucking around. Look at that. She don't got 1 dagger. She got 2. And she got it crossed. You got shit crossed. Nope. I don't think so. Don't come around here with the bullshit. Only come here if you're ready to ascend. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. This is not a reconnection for, the potentiality of boom, boom time. Okay? This is not a reconnection for the potentiality of boom, boom time. This is a reconnection for some very sacred work. Very, very sacred work. And sometimes that sacred work requires the tearing down of the life you know as it exists right now in order to clear space for a new structure to be built, a new type of life, a new type of seeing and being. And it's just going to be intense, okay? It's going to be intense. Oh, God. Okay. Let me just get the book. I don't want to read into this personally. So I'm just going to go ahead and read from the book to keep it as impersonal for me personally as possible. Michael! I will share it after I'm done reading. There you go. Card number 15, the drum. The rhythm of drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. Its wood frame links you to the trees and helps you journey to the lower world via the roots and the upper world through its branches. The drum skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The drum invites a trance state where healing and prophecy happen. I don't know if y'all felt that. I just felt a secondary heartbeat. Stop it. So, in accordance to Michael's demands, okay, so the illumination of the moon, this has again to do with that solar eclipse that's slated for December 26th. So these are the two faces of the moon, the shadow half and the side that's illuminated. So as you're looking at the illuminated section, you'll see a crescent moon. This is basically acknowledging that one of the twins has a habit of diminishing themselves, of wanting to hide, of wanting to become smaller than what they actually are. And from that crescent, as these two halves of the moon are illuminated during that eclipse, from that will come the truth of the lion. Okay, so and I don't know if y'all can see it, but it looks like a lion behind a lioness. So it's the two. It's the two coming from the moon. I'm just, Michael, if you don't quit, I swear to God, I swear, I promise you, I swear, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know what I'm talking about. Bro, for real. This is a reading for everybody. Don't make this shit into a personal reading for me. I'm not okay with that. Okay. Okay. The Wheel of Life. This one fucked up party. This is one fucked up party. Shit. Oh, I don't know what kind of party I done walked into. Oh, pineapples, just pineapples. I'm uncomfortable. The Wheel of Fortune. The wheel always turns. This is about failure, reversal of fortune, unexpected events. Okay. He says if you're not in alignment, you will fall off the wheel. If you allow yourself to be carried to the top, you can sit as the royal that you are. But if you refuse, if you think you can actually control the wheel by your positioning, avoiding, juking, that's my word, Michael. You know, you go end up right there. You're gonna end up right there. That's gonna be you. Okay, that's gonna be you, and you're gonna experience a spiritual death. Lady Destiny is blind. She don't give a fuck where you are on that wheel. She's gonna keep turning it. She's gonna keep turning it. Is that a threat? I don't take well to threats, dude. If you're telling me that I'm going to experience a spiritual death unless I comply, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me. I'm joking. I'm not challenging. I'm joking. Don't do that shit. I will comply. Stop dragging my ass by my hair. Card number 11, Diving for Light. He has no jokes today. Whatever. Card number 11, Diving for Light. So, the superficiality of your existence is about to change. If you want to continue to stay in the life that you're in right now, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of darkness. You're going to have to dive real deep into the trenches of your heart space to rediscover your light. Okay? So if you look, not all seahorses mate for life, bro. I Googled it. You're giving me Partial information. I Googled that shit. Not all seahorses made for life. He's telling me to remind y'all that seahorses are bonded and, for what? No, it's not true. It's not true. There are some that are, but I don't think it's this type of seahorse. So just figure it out. Okay. There you go. So as the seahorses kind of come back together, if you look, it looks like a double helix. The DNA double helix, there's a merger going on in the third eye. This is basically a message that you guys are going to be really super duper connected very soon, very, very soon, if you're not already. And you're going to be able to communicate from long distances in silence. Telepathy is going active in many of the first wave connections, okay? Send to spiritual voicemail. I'm sending your ass to voicemail. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's how I deal with uncomfortable circumstance. I joke. There you go. You're getting the message now, right? That messages will be allowed to be transmitted between the two of you. There's nothing that you have to do in addition to just existing and breathing in order to activate this. And again, the reminder, this is going to happen with the true twin ray, not that fake shit, not the cute boy who you want to be your twin, but is really not. Card number 21, Sagittarius, I see. Luck is not chance, it's toil. Fortune's expensive, smile is earned. That's right, girl. Make them earn it. Okay, I'll just stop. You're just about ready to hit your mark. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter and is a mutable fire sign. The ancient symbol for Sagittarius is a half man, half horse, known as a centaur, a creature trained in the art of archery, who always manages to hit his target no matter how far he roams. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the message here is, for the one that's still doing the avoiding, the other one sees what you're doing. Now my stomach's all grumbling. They see the attempt to avoid. And unfortunately for you, they're archers. And they're going to get you no matter what. They've set the mark. I just got a drink. I got to drink and dilute the saltness. Mm-hmm. Just rinse the salt from my mouth. Initiation. Spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. So basically, you guys are going to be going through some struggles, most likely. Most pairs will probably be going through some struggles of reconnection because one or both is still in denial, still avoiding, still unwilling to allow the deep wounds to rise up and be healed. Card number 18, healing. So there goes. That reconnection in the third eye. Where is it? Was it this card? I think it was this card. The whole notion of telepathy going active. Look at her third eye. Although her arms are crossed in front of her heart space, which really to me denotes her continued attempt to protect her heart space from the previous bullshit. Because there's a fear that it's the same type of bullshit that's coming back around, and you don't want none of that. But the third eye is activating and knowing this is not the same thing. This is not the same cycle repeating. This is something completely different that's occurring. And you have to at least be open to the potentiality of actual true healing occurring. This doesn't mean that the potentiality equates a romantic love. This means the reconnection is imminent and you cannot avoid it. And whatever that connection leads to, it's unique for each pairing. Damn. I kept being told to look at this card while I was reading this. Well, I like my arms. Leave my arms alone. Like, hot diggity damn. So as she's crossed her arms in front of her heart space, of course, yeah, the third eye is active, right? Remember the Kali card. Third eye, active. She got some sores. She ready to cut your arms off. If you want to continue to try and block this from occurring, from that growth in your heart space from happening, ooh, you about to be freaking amputated. This is intense, Mike. Okay? This is intense. You're going to need to take it a little easy on me because you're going to make me freak out, and that shuts me down. You know this. Go ahead and freak me out. See what happens. Okay? You want to cut my arms off? I need that shit to do the work you're asking me to do. Go ahead and cut them off. I'm going to be useless to you. Go ahead. Shut me down. I'm going to be useless to you again. Useless on so many different levels. Card number 42, the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker is a master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. That's fucked up. Sorry. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all that is dormant in the fields and people's hearts spring to life again. So really, it's rain season, okay? For the twins who are slated to experience the first wave of reunification, it's rain season. Stop being selfish and thinking only about your level of comfort. I'm going to choose to believe this is not a personal message. We're going to talk after this live. So I'm being told to encourage you guys to understand. Stop worrying about your personal level of comfort. What you're experiencing right now is a part of the process, not just of reunification, but of personal growth and understanding. Your consciousness and your heart space is being greatly expanded right now. And if you're going to use this knowing as an opportunity to begin trying to avoid certain things, then that's selfishness, and you're withholding from the greater whole this much needed rainfall of love, forgiveness, and all the other things that you would feel guilty for in order to comply. I just took it there. Thank you, Monica. I'm just saying. Mi sabor es muy salado. I'm just saying. Mi sabor es muy salado, okay? I'm just extra salty today. What you expect? You're asking me to dive deep into my trenches. There's more salt down there. Hold on, guys. The other card. This is the wrong damn book. Okay. Card number 0. 0. In reverse. The Fool. Yeah, I know you ain't calling me names. The Fool. Only those of pure intent will prosper. This is basically your higher self is letting you know. Stop with the bullshit because it's a waste of time. Whatever you're trying to avoid is not going to work. You're being foolish. Aimlessness, distraction, mistakes, carelessness, unwisdom. You mean unwise. Recklessness. That is very reckless. Oh, no, you did not just say that to me. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not going to be defiant. I'm not. It's a test. Don't fall for it, girl. It's a test. It's a test. You're not defiant. You kind of are, but you're not going to defy this. You kind of will, but you'll give in before the hour. Okay, I just had to go through a little process right there. I was just told if you're going to continue to be childish with your attempt to avoid, despite all the messages, that path leads straight to a tower. Good luck with that, baby girl. I'm just kidding. I don't want a tower. It's going to lead to a tower moment. And that tower moment is just going to lead them back to you anyway. So what the fuck does it matter? All right, let's get you guys a final card because I'm over this shit. I'm over it. I'm over it. I need to go cry in private. I'm over this shit. Okay, 2 cards. All right, fine. See, I'm not that rebellious. I do as I'm told by my higher self, you know? Okay, card, and then one more card from that. Love, my love, I regret the day you went away. But I was too young to understand my love. But now I realize my mistakes. One more shuffle. I sit and wonder where are you now? Okay. Here we go. So we got y'all a Kiki card. So wait, Kiki, do you love me? There you go. Card number 16, Maiden Magu. Mm-hmm. Girl, you dropping flowers everywhere. The Maiden Magu, goddess of spring, healing, and transformation, brings you assistance now. You're asked to honor that light can come from even the darkest beginnings, beloved one. In fact, sometimes we need to enter into the unknown parts of ourselves to find exactly what we need to grow in peace, creative self-fulfillment, and happiness. The challenge can be to trust that we will arise from this darker place again. Just as the spring always follows the winter, beloved, so too will any inner work with the shadow precede a beautiful rebirth for you. Mm-hmm. Maiden Magu, an immortal expression of the Divine Mother of the East, now brings you a special message from Kuan Yin. She guides you to trust that if you enter into the darkness of the unknown parts of yourself, you will emerge into light, reassembled, and reborn once more. If you're going through chaos in your life because you're allowing yourself to grow, Maiden Magu also reassures you that the order and light will emerge out of the chaos in due course. Have faith and keep growing. In order to grow spiritually, there are times when we simply must delve within and find our shadow. It's easier to perceive the effect of the shadow than the shadow itself. The effect of the shadow is judgment, positive or negative, of another that we do not think is related to us personally. We may mightily admire or despise characteristics or traits in another, and yet when such judgments arise, it's part of us that is seeking to be integrated and expressed, trying to get our attention through our judgment. Noticing our judgments of others is the quickest way to get in touch with the shadow self trying to grow and heal into our conscious awareness so that we can become more whole, empowered, and divinely delicious as we were always meant to be. This is especially so if you've, no, we didn't pull that card. Your judgment might be a strong reaction to a person who seems to be self-centered and self-obsessed. Keep going, Kiki. The shadow and the self trying to communicate with you through this judgment might be the part of your own consciousness that wishes to be more supportive of the self. It will no longer allow you to put yourself behind others, but instead encourage you to express yourself and take up your space with presence. This really goes back to what I was saying before I pulled any of the cards, where that separation had to occur. It was one of the most greatest gifts that pair could ever give you, because it allowed you through the pain to recognize, remember, once again, you are whole. You've always been whole. You were never meant to stand behind anyone or anything else. You were always meant to shine with no shame, no guilt, no limitations, no restrictions. So now, what? This is the wrong card. I don't even know what this card means. It's beautiful. I'll set that aside and see what that means, but I'll pull another card. Fine. That's fine. Okay, so what? You really want me to count out that many motherfucking cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. All right. You're so full of it. Card number 4. There we go. Card number 4, the Cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with a great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of our own struggle tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed, that something is healing made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of the Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supporting of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you're struggling. It's a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you're feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled, so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. This is a person, place, thing, or belief that's come to be like a manacle around your wrist and an iron ball and leg iron preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so. Nope, we didn't draw that. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it's because the divine wishes to fulfill our hearts and hands with more. Don't hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose, smell the feast awaiting you. That's beautiful. And it's both the same, the cards that I pulled are both the same color. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll read from the other card as well. I'll read the poetry because that seems like a message from your divine complement. Ooh, okay. So this message, I'm told to frame it with a specific something. So for those of you who experience separation and you've begun to really empower yourself and recognize your own worth, your power, that you can stand on your own, you don't need to lean on someone else. This is a message asking you to not allow the distortions that were created from the undoing of your beliefs that you're somehow crippled or limited. Don't allow the distortions of that to continue to distort the way you see the divine complement, okay? So card number 26, Al-Uza, Star of Venus. I am the pure light. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I'm a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. Wow, that's deep. So this is really a message from the higher self of your counterpart, your complement, that they have also gone through a baptism of fire. They've burned away the things that no longer serve them. They've also released the baggage that has kept them from rising up to meet you in a sacred space made just for the two of you. So with that, they're asking you to see the truth of who they are. They're not just the person that you knew them to be when they hurt you to initiate. It was just an initiation. They hurt you to initiate your growth, okay? And for many, it wasn't a conscious decision to hurt you. It was a conscious decision to run and save themselves from whatever it was that you triggered them to see within themselves. And so now you're both really being asked to allow healing to occur on all levels, to go ahead and open yourself to reconnect, even if it's just energetically. Allow yourself to become consciously aware of this need for the reconnection. Okay, you've always been connected. You've always had an energetic connection, but many of us, most of us, have chosen to believe even that was severed, even that was separated, and that's just not true. So it's now time for all of us to just make it rain, just make it rain. Accept the initiation into healing, okay? Accept that initiation into healing. Allow yourself to see that it's time to dive for light, to really go into the depths of your heart, your soul, your journey, all of that beautiful stuff, and just allow yourself to heal. So really, you are broken open and allowed to burn because it's time for you to rise. Just like a hot air balloon, you're going to rise. From that hot air, the heat of that fire, you have no choice but to rise. This is a part of your soul's plan, okay? This is not a message that you're about to have a brand new girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, people might think it is. This is the truth of it, that you were allowed to hurt so you could recognize the parts of you that needed to heal. And that cycle of hurt is done. It's time for you to begin really, truly enjoying all this hard work you've put into healing yourself. separately, and also together. Okay, so I hope this resonates with you guys. I hope it gives you enough clarity to allow an even deeper healing to occur. You can't control anything but yourself. So if you have a counterpart, a compliment that's gone away, and you're thinking that this is, it's going to bring them back into your life, like real life, on the phone, chatting all the time. We don't know what any of this means outside of healing is needing to be acknowledged and allowed to go much deeper. So that's all we need to focus on, our path and our healing. Whatever happens after that happens. Okay? Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every time I'm live. I love it when you join me. Bye, guys.